Hello, I'm going to show you how to find the 5 main features and sketch the graph of a quadratic function given on factorized form. I'm just doing it by hand on a piece of paper, and I have someone holding the phone and recording, and now I need the phone to come behind me so you can see this straight. So because I have the factorized form, I'm going to begin by finding the x-intercepts. Those are the easiest one to do, because we need to know when the function is equal to 0. So by null factor law, either we have that x minus 1 is equal to 0, which means that x is equal to 1 and gives the x-intercept 1, 0, or the other option is that x plus 3 is equal to 0, which means that x is equal to negative 3, which means that the second x-intercept is at the point negative 3, 0. So that's done. Let's look at the concavity. We need to look at the coefficient multiplying here. That's negative 2, which is negative. So that means the concavity is negative. And our parabola is going to be a sad one. For the y-intercept, we need to evaluate the function at 0. So we have negative 2 multiplied by 0 minus 1. Multiply by 0 plus 3. So this is negative 2 times negative 1 times 3, which is 6. So the y-intercept has coordinates 6, 0. We want to look now at the axis of symmetry. And let's look at the picture. This is going to help. I'll sketch my axis over here, x and y. This is at the point 1, 0, there is one of the x-intercepts. The other one is at the point negative 3. And we also have the y-intercept, 3, 4, 5, 6, here. Now let's try to imagine the axis of symmetry. That's a vertical line. And it's not here, right? It cannot be there. And it cannot be here. It has to be in between the two x-intercepts that we have, and it has to be halfway between them. So if we look at the steps we are taking from one of the x-intercepts to the other, so from negative 3 to 1, we are taking 4 steps. So halfway is the vertical line x equals negative 1, and that's our axis of symmetry. So we are doing minus 3 plus 1 divided by 2 to find what is halfway between the two x-intercepts, and that's negative 1. So the equation of the axis of symmetry is x equals negative 1. We need to find the coordinates of the vertex. We know that the vertex is a point that belongs to the axis of symmetry. If it belongs to the axis of symmetry, that means we know that the x-coordinate is negative 1. We need to find what the y-coordinate is. So we need to evaluate our function at negative 1. Negative 2 will be multiplying negative 1 minus 1 times negative 1 plus 3. And this is negative 2 times negative 2 times 2. So this is 8. So the coordinates of the vertex are negative 1, 8. Let's find the point. This was 6, 7, 8 is here. So the vertex is here. I'll make a small self mouth over there to remember that the concavity is negative. I'm also going to reflect the y-intercept with respect to the axis of symmetry to this point here. So we have one more point for our parabola to make the picture more precise. And now I can go ahead and join the points. And the last step is going to be to add the equation for our function.